if you want to do it, go ahead. All right. So it's leap day. It's a free day. Who's been having a ball? Yeah. Who's been gambling? Who's been winning? Oh, bullshit. Who's been lying? Oh, man, I love to gamble. My problem is I don't know when to quit. My wife knows when I should quit, but when she tells me to, we end up fighting. So we came up with a compromise. We have the math test. If I pass the math test, I can stay. If I fail, I have to go. She comes up to me and says, add 1 to every number I say. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. Jack! Shit! Gotta go! People only come to Vegas for one of 2 things, or sometimes 2 of 2 things. Right? You come to gamble, and you come for sex. Am I right? Yeah! Oh, yeah. If you want to get an idea about how much sex happens in this town, go into any of our hotel rooms with one of those fluorescent crime scene lights. It'll look like the Blue Man Group got shot out of a wood chipper. Our best-selling line of apparel isn't the t-shirt that says what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's a baby onesie that says I'm what happened in Vegas. All right, so it's a great day. Who's celebrating stuff? What do we got? Birthdays, anniversaries. We got a birthday, man or woman, I can't see. That was the one that tripped you up? Well, happy birthday. Anybody else? We got an anniversary, where? Right there, how many years?
11.
11? What? You look like you couldn't be married 11 years. Oh my God. To each other? No breaks? Now, were you married 11 years too? Well, happy anniversary. That's awesome, and thanks for spending part of it with us. You know, I just had a birthday at 63. Oh my God. Hey, thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah, sometimes people applaud. It generally happens once you get over 60. It's like, aw, does he know how it's dark outside? Let's give him a nice round of applause for not going to bed after his early bird dinner. Yeah, and you'd be right. I'm never up this late. Well, maybe on New Year's Eve. Oh, I hope I don't get up tomorrow and start dating my checks 2021. You know what? I'm sorry. For anybody under 25, a check is a negotiable instrument that's drawn on a bank. Oh, and a bank is a place where you deposit the money from your job. Oh, and a job is something that you get so that you can pay rent, which happens when you get your own place, and move out of my house. Oh my God. I'm the father of 3 adult children. And it's not like I'm a parent anymore. They don't need that. But I've become a boomerang dad. I throw them out. They come right back. But not my middle kid. No, not Kristen. She's happily married, trying to have a baby unsuccessfully. She called me up a couple of weeks ago. She said, we're going to go with artificial insemination. And this year for my birthday, would you pay for our first treatment? I said, absolutely not. I'm not going into work right after your birthday. Somebody says, so, what'd you get Kristen? Well, this year I tried to get her pregnant. We'll find out in a few weeks, fingers crossed. I wouldn't want to have to pay for that twice. Oh, and this stuff's expensive. It's $400 a vial. And most of that goes to the donor. Fellas, do you realize how much money we've let slip through our fingers? I got a $5,000 sock at home. If I'd known about this 40 years ago, I could have paid off my house in a week. Try it now, I'd be in foreclosure. All right, I gotta stop. I'm making fun of millennials and younger people, and I shouldn't do that, because, you know, we've created a lot of problems that they have to fix, like global warming. But I have the answer. Gotta have the answer, right? We need to immediately convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Right, because 100 degrees Fahrenheit is 38 degrees Celsius. I don't care what the weather's like outside. You tell me it's 38, I'm feeling chilly and bringing a jacket. You're welcome. You young guys can take that to the big annual meeting that you have. What's the one where everybody only talks about stuff in the future? You get all dressed up in your best outfits. Comic-Con. Take it to Comic-Con. Yes, I'm 63. Wow. This year the candles cost more than the cake. Then my age friends with benefits is someone who can drive at night. But it's all good. Not everyone can go to a Rolling Stones concert and say, I saw you in 75 and I saw you at 75. It's amazing to me how health conscious people are today. So different from when I was a kid. When I was growing up, the only beverages that we drank were ones that you couldn't see through. Coke, coffee, and tap water. And everything that we ate was fried. If I got a headache, Mom whipped out the Crisco and fried up some aspirin. And because everything that we ate and drank was so bad for us, our digestion was horrible. When I got gas, there wasn't just a noise that came out of my ass. It was a glowing mushroom cloud. My parents nicknamed me Hiroshima. My sister was Nagasaki. Little baby brother, Chernobyl. Which is ironic, because Nagasaki and Hiroshima were planned. Chernobyl was just an accident. Oh, and I got into fights every day at school. Then I'd come home and my parents would hit me for being in fights, as did my teachers and principals. The only authority figure that didn't slap me in the face was my priest. Well, with his hands. 3 minutes ago, I'm talking about getting my daughter pregnant, and that was a cute story. But you put a collar on it. But I hear you. Let's change the subject, right? We don't have to just talk about things from the past, because the future's so interesting. For example, driverless cars. Once you don't need a driver, you can reconfigure the inside of the car however you want. One car company recently announced a mattress option. Everything inside of the car is going to be a mattress, so you can get extra sleep going to and from work. Obviously, the hookers love this. Now you can get a Hummer and a Hummer. Ram and a Ram. An STD and an SUV. Wouldn't that make a great commercial? Are you looking for an STD and an SUV? Introducing the Ford Bareback. Oh, but you gotta watch out, because it looks like they're gonna go with one of those high-volume, low-price business models, so everything's gonna be cheap, which means when you get an escort in an escort, whether it's the person or the car, it's gonna be exactly the same. Used. With a lot of hard miles on it. Weird noises coming out of the muffler. But on the other hand, plenty of room to stick whatever you want in the trunk. So I recently had an epiphany. If you think old, you'll be old. Think young, you'll stay young. I told that to my wife. She said, you're right. We need to think more like millennials. So next month, we're moving in with her parents. The only appointment we're ever on time for is our daily vape at 4:20. And she always gives me a participation ribbon for trying really hard during sex. And I told her I didn't think that was fair. I deserve a trophy because I always finish first. You guys ready for your next comic? This man comes